Good evening, my dears. So, last class till what we have discussed. Do you remember? Yes, as soon as Baldwin reveals that Gresham wanted to give $100,000. So, as soon as the family members Eve, Martha, and John they hears this one, they became so greedy and they wanted to make Baldwin to accept the money. So all the family members, for their part, they are convincing this Baldwin to get the money from Gresham. But Gresham is very firm in his decision because since he's a loyal and honest person, he don't want to, get the bribe money from Gresham, right? So the conflict happens between the family members. So this side, Baldwin's is honest, and that side, so the greedy of Martha, Eve, and John, right? So we will continue this class. John, what for? So in the last class, we have completed, till up to John. He is asking or he is saying to Baldwin that tomorrow he will be arrested. Who? Gresham will be arrested. Right. Okay. John, for what? Baldwin misappropriating the funds of the. So John asking his father, okay, why that person will be arrested? So Gresham he say no. Baldwin he says because misappropriating the banker. That's why he may get arrested by tomorrow. Then John interrupting. Oh no, I know that, but what crime he has committed? So John asking his father, okay, Dad, what is a crime, right? You know how this John calls his father, governor, right? Keep it in mind, governor. So this fellow asking the son, John asking his father, okay, what crime he committed? Baldwin says that's a crime, John. What is a crime? Because misappropriating the money itself, it is a crime. That's what Baldwin he says. Okay, then Eve interrupts here, and what she says, but if nobody lose anything by it, so Baldwin he says that no depositors will lose their money. So here she remembers, or here she brings the same point what Baldwin he says. If nobody loses money, anything, then it is not a crime. Eve she pointed out this one, John, and they are going to punish him of it, even if the money is also right. The depositors, if they get the money, still this fellow will get punished. He asks Eve, would it be such an awful thing, father, if you let him off? So what he says, no, what this girl, Eve, she's much more focused towards to get the money from Gresham, right? Baldwin smiling, I wish I could, Eve, but I'm not the judge. So Eve, she says, okay, father, everything is in your hand only. You can, right? If you says the three words, what is the three word? Do you remember? I don't remember, right? If you say this three word, definitely you can relieve of your friend. No, she asks her father, but Baldwin, what he says, right? He is smiling. I wish I could. What he says, yes, I can, but I'm not the judge. What he says, I'm not the judge too. Okay. Oh, Eve, no, but you are the only witness against him. And what she says, okay, father, nobody knows the truth because you are the only person knows the complete truth, and moreover, you are the witness for them, so you can easily save your friend from his difficult times. Eve, she says. Baldwin, Eve, that means what? Eve, you are making me, or you are trapping me, right? You are convincing me, right, to save my friend, though he committed the mistakes. That's what this Eve, that the meaning. Okay. John says that as he is named after Baldwin, friend Gresham, he will be put to shame for bearing the name of the criminal. So here they have given one important point that talks about Gresham, right? His name is kept for John Gresham Baldwin. So what his point of view, John's point of view it is, he says that what he says, okay, father, if you do right, if Gresham, if he gets arrested, and definitely people will find even fault at me also because you you named me, right, his name, right, you named me his name, so people definitely will find fault on me also, and moreover I can't go outside of the shame. That's what his point. Okay, then she is right, governor. That means what? What he says, because if Balvin, if he thought definitely he could save his friend, but Balvin is not ready to do that one. Balvin, you too, John. So Balvin asks his son, okay, John, even she's a small girl, right? She may right talk like that, but even you are a grown up, even you are talking me in such a way, even you are, you want me to, get bribed from Graham. That's what his point. It's going to be a nasty mess if they put Graham in jail with your own son named after him. It's going to be pleasant for me, John Graham Balvin. So John, he makes a point here. What is that? Daddy, if you right witness against your friend, and definitely what the police will put him in jail. So his name Graham. That name only you named. That name only you get for me, and it's the same for me. Okay. Martha, Robert, I'm not sure I understood what you said before, but what Graham want you to do for him? So Martha, she says, okay, Robert, I don't understand what you saw, what you spoke so far, but what is the crime, exact crime he did? Balvin, get him off tomorrow. Okay, fine. I think you understood the meaning. Okay, fine. Martha, you could do that. Balvin, yes. Martha, how? By answering, I don't remember when they ask me dangerous questions. So, Martha asking, what is the thing he wanted from you? So, Balvin, he says, he wants me to say, I don't remember. So, how you can do that? No. And do you remember? Yes, nearly everything, no matter what they ask you. Balvin, I can always refresh my memories. You see, I have notes. But without those notes, you wouldn't remember. What do you mean, John? So, Balvin, he says, or he makes the family to, he is explaining the family. What is the thing he is explaining, that he keeps everything, all the memories, it is safe and secure in his mind. And moreover, in addition to that, he have a note also regarding that. In that day, these things are happened, like diary making, right? So he has all the things, in it. He kept everything paka. So that's what he says. I have everything. I will never remember. I will never forget anything. Even I have what good memory power. In addition to that, what I have notes. Whatever he did, everything for that. Everything have notes. He says. And John, no matter what they ask you, I can refresh my memories. You see, I have notes, but without notes, you would remember. But John, what he is, indirectly is asking his father, okay, daddy, if you have notes, then only you can talk. But if you don't have notes, how will you talk? Then Balvin got shocked on what he says. What do you mean that? John, as a matter of fact, you will have to rely on your notes nearly altogether, won't you? Everybody else does the same thing. Then it won't be a far from the truth if you say, I don't remember. Martha, I don't see Mr. Graham is asking so much of you. Remember, Martha. So far, John as well as Eve, both of them, they were convincing the father by saying this and that. Even John, in a tone of threatening his father, unless and until if you don't carry any note, definitely you can't say that no. So because of that notes only, you are this much courage enough. Suppose if you don't have notes, what will you do? So far, Eve as well as John, they are convincing the father, but now his wife Martha also joined with them. What she says, I don't see that Graham is asking so much of you, Martha. That means what? Simply he wants, I don't remember. Only these three words only he is asking from you. No, you can say that in the court. No. Even Balvin, he got so tense and says, Martha, Robert, I'm as honorable as you are. That goes without saying, Martha. It doesn't seem right to me as send an old friend to jail. Robert, I have thinking the day when John was baptized, when Mr. Graham should sponsor for him, how proud we were. So, in this situation, Martha, he remembers one thing. What that, So, Martha, she brought a thing over here. An incident. What is the incident, So, during the baptism, it is a Christian ceremony. During that baptism, only Graham, our friend, your friend alone, he only sponsored all the expenses on that day. He helped a lot, right? So what he wants from you to say only these three words, no? You can say no, you are saving, I know. If you say, definitely you can save your friend because he only, right, did everything for us. Even even you named his name for our son, John Gresham, right? So that much you love him. At least you can say these three words in the court, no, right? So Martha also, she started to convince her husband, Balvin, right? And moreover, after the ceremony, do you remember what you said? Balvin, no, what was it? Okay, I don't remember what I said after returning home. So, what I said, Martha, Balvin asking. Martha, you said, Martha, may our son always live up to the name which we have given him. Do you remember? So, that much importance you gave for your friend, but now you are going to put him in trial. Right? Think about it, John. Think about Balvin. So you think twice and act wise. That's what she says. Better understanding. Martha, Balvin's wife, feels that Balvin is betraying his dear friend Gresham and thereby causing embarrassment to John. Right? So Martha, what's her point? It is, if he says something against Gresham, definitely what that means, he's betraying his own friend, and moreover that brings a shame to our son because his son is named after his name, John Gresham Balvin. So in these 2 points she brings she brings these 2 points to Balvin. Okay, Balvin, yes, dimly. John, now only dimly, governor. Balvin, what do you mean, John? Giving John no opportunity to answer, it would be sad, very sad, if the name of the John Gresham, our son name, should come to grief through Robert. So Martha and John, they're talking now. No, what definitely, if you do something, means definitely what that will bring a shame for me, and moreover, what that is a grief. I can't go outside carrying the name Gresham. Martha, you are telling me to accept the bribe money that John Gresham offered me? So Balvin was so quiet, and after that, now he talks. What he says, Martha, you are telling me to accept the bribe money? So he got so tense and asking his wife, okay, Martha, even you too, like a sentence called you too, Brutus in Julius is the same way. Here also this happens, you too, Martha, right? You too join with them, and you too, accompanying them with them, and you are convincing me to get the bribe money from Gresham in such way, he asks. Okay, Eve, what do you mean? What do you call it a bribe money, father? When Eve, she says, why you, father, you are thinking it is a bribe? You can think it as a gift, In such a way, she says, okay, Balvin, why indeed Gresham had a prettier name for it. He said that he had underpaid me all these years. I was getting only $60 a week when the crash came. So Balvin, he says, okay, whatever it is, right? He gave me the right salary at the right time, right? I was given $60 a week when the crash came, right? And he had underpaid me all these years, And John, yes, he said 100,000 represented the difference between that he had paid me and what I actually been worth to him. He says, I worked more than that. I worked more than the $60 every week, right? I'm more work even that. But still, what is the thing it is? I'm loyal, right? I'm loyal to the bank, and moreover, I'm loyal to myself. That's why I'll never accept the bribe from Gresham. He said $100,000 represents the difference between that he had paid me and what I had actually been worth to him. That's no lesser than true, Robert. You have worked for him very faithfully. Martha, she says, yes, of course, Balvin, you worked for him very sincere, very loyal, but at the same time, Balvin, he crossed. He said if that he had paid me what he should have, I would have put by more than 100,000 by now. So he says, and if you want to give more money, means definitely what if he wants to pay the real work that I did in the bank, means definitely it would cost more than $100,000, right? Because, and moreover, I won't get such kind of improper money. That's so, isn't that? Okay, Balvin, who knows? I never asked him to raise my salary, and even Balvin, he says, with the $60 a week, even that is enough for me, and so far I have never asked Gresham to increase my salary. When he raised it, it was his own accord. So even he asked, even he raised himself, he raised the salary for Balvin. He said that what he said, it was his own wish, but never I have compelled him to increase my salary. Well, what do you think of it, Eve? So Eve, he is asking towards Eve, okay, what do you want to say, Eve? Yes, sir, if you go on the stand tomorrow. So she says, okay, daddy, if you stand on the trial, what will happen, right? In such way, she says, okay. Martha also justifies Gresham act of offering Balvin money, starting that it is a compensation for his low salary. She starts, coaching Balvin coercing Balvin to accept the bribe. So she says what she says, okay, Balvin, no problem. You may think that it is not a bribe, and you think that he paid, right, for what you have worked extra. You can think in such a way. Why you are thinking that it is a bribe in such a way? She, makes the point clear. Balvin, yes, and they put John Gresham in jail. What people will say, and if she says, okay, daddy, if they put Gresham in jail, and what people will think about Balvin, they'll think I have done my duty, if no more less, no less. So, if they put him in jail, and what people will think of me, okay, I did my duty, because it is my duty to say the truth, and the people will think that, okay, this fellow, right, he witnessed against Gresham, he told the truth, that's why in such a way only people will think, what is wrong in that? Will they? Okay, what if says, okay, father, no, they will say only that alone, will they? Why? What should they say? Balvin, he says, okay, apart from this, what they will say? I don't think so, of course, but other people might say that you had turned a traitor to your best friend. Okay, some people may say in such a way, but few people, what they will say, okay, this fellow has turned against his own friend. In such a way only what those people will say. Okay, Balvin, when they will find out I haven't lost money, you didn't, okay, when John Gresham tells them that he will pay back every cent, they won't be want to him to go to jail. They feel sorry for him. So when they find out they haven't lost any money, say, Liv says, okay, daddy, if they get all the money, and people definitely will say that nobody will find Gresham as a culprit. At that situation, what you people will do? Yes, I believe that, I hope so. What he says, okay, whatever it is, nothing is in my hand, everything, God will decide, in such a way Balvin says, right? And they won't feel too unkind and kindly disposed towards the man who helps put him in jail. And moreover, what he says, according to his point, he says, okay, Martha, they'll say you went back on old friend Robert. Martha says, okay, Robert, people will definitely find fault on you, and they may call you as a betrayer. And John also says the same thing. Father, if you do such a thing, definitely people will call you as a betrayer. Right, John? When you pull out your notes in the court, to be sure, sending him to jail. And John, he says, okay, Father, if you open the notes, if you open the hint note, and that means what, you are going to definitely send Gresham to jail. Eve, and Mr. Gresham hasn't done anything really wrong. And Eve says, okay, Father, from my point of view, Gresham, he didn't do any mistake, he didn't do any wrong. John, it is a technicality, that's what it is. Nobody loses a cent, nobody wants to see him punished. And John, he convinces his father, okay, it is not an error, it's like a technical fault, that's all, and nobody will lose the money. Means what? How people will find fault at him, alright, and no people will like to be this Gresham to be jailed, punished. Okay, Eve, except you, Father, only you are focusing to send Gresham to a jail, Father, but nobody else. Yes, you are willing to jail the man for whom you named your son. John, he says, he got so angry. Father, you're focusing only to send Gresham to the jail, and moreover, you only named me by using his thing. I believe in being a merciful, Robert. So Martha says, okay, Robert, you please be merciful. You just please show your mercy on Gresham. Merciful? Martha, Mr. Gresham has always been very good to you, and there is another pass. Seriously enough, they do not seem to be able to meet each other's eyes. Oh well, what are you going to do now, Robert? So what she says, okay, this Gresham is very good to us. He is very good to us. Good. And if you see his eyes, what will you do, Robert? Balvin, what do you mean? You have been out of the work since the bank closed. Okay. So Martha says, okay, you have lost your job now. So what will you do for your thing? Balvin, oh, I'll find a position. So this fellow, he says, okay, even if I lost the job also, right? It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter for me. Definitely what? I'll find some other job. But I will never derail from my dignity, he says in this thing. And right, so up to this we will stop, and we will see this in the tomorrow's class, right? So be safe, be secure, right? The spreads goes very very bigger. So it is your thing to be safe. Okay children, see you next class. Take care. Good night.